Ciao. Anyway, so.
And for my final bio project, I crocheted a eukaryotic cell. So first I'm gonna go over each part of the cell. So first we have the nucleus, which is this big purple. The nucleus is basically the brain of the cell, and this small pink dot on it is the nucleolus. And the nucleus controls the chromosomes and carries the DNA to make proteins. And it also determines which amino acids this eukaryotic cell will have. Next is the mitochondria, which is here. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It generates ATP, which the cell then can use to carry out operations that it needs to maintain homeostasis. These yellow things, the four yellow ones, are lysosomes. Lysosomes are organelles that get rid of waste products in the cell by using enzymes. And if a cell is in very bad condition, the lysosomes will help it self-destruct. And after the cell self-destructs, the lysosomes can help reuse the waste to make more cells. And then we have the rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So this is where the folding of protein takes place. There's a smooth ER you can see, and the rough ER has ribosomes on it. It also helps transport lipids throughout the cell, and these two are connected. Next we have ribosomes, which are all of these little green dots on the cell. Ribosomes are made up of protein and DNA, and it's also where proteins are made. It makes the proteins and then folds them up for the cell to use. Some of the ribosomes are located on the endoplasmic reticulum, and some are located in the cytoplasm. And then speaking of cytoplasm, cytoplasm is a thick fluid in the cell. All the organelles are suspended in it, and the cytoplasm also helps to facilitate chemical reactions within the cell, which is all this great part. And lastly is the cell membrane, which is the white part, also on the back. The cell membrane helps separate the cell from everything around it. It's made of a lipid bilayer that is semi-permeable, which means things can go in and out of it. It is also similar to the cytoplasm due to the fact that it keeps all the organelles in place. So now I'm going to talk about glycolysis. So glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm, again, the gray part, and it means taking energy from glucose by cutting it, lysis, and turning it into 2,3 carbon molecules, which are called pyruvates. And an interesting fact is that glycolysis has been around for millions of years and has actually evolved. So there are 4 steps to glycolysis. 1, glycolysis, preparatory phase. 2, glycolysis, payoff phase. 3, oxidative decarboxylation of pyruvate. And 4, the Krebs cycle. And for all these cycles in total, it creates 36 or 38 ATP energy. And now I'll talk about the Krebs cycle. So the Krebs cycle takes place in the mitochondria, right over here, and it works by getting energy through oxidizing acetate and creating carbon dioxide. And it's very important that this cycle works without oxygen, and oxygen is only necessary for oxidizing parts of the cycle. And lastly, I'll go over the chemical formula for cellular respiration, which is C6H12O6 plus 6O2 makes 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus 36 or 38 ATP. And that is all I have about this eukaryotic cell and cellular respiration. Thank you for watching.
Slimy Queen.